What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sports Talk with Moaz. So there we have it. The Golden State Warriors are your Western Conference Finals, man. As a Warriors fan, what an unreal season it's been so far. If we're being honest, right? No one expected the Warriors to actually make it to the NBA Finals unless you were a Warriors fan like myself. Everyone that was an outsider basically said, look, Klay Thompson is not going to be back. Steph Curry's the main guy. He's 34 years old. Is he good enough to even carry this team by himself? But what people didn't know is that, yeah, Steph Curry's still great. Draymond Green is still great. He was an all-star. Andrew Wiggins stepped up. He became an all-star in the first half of the season. He sort of fell off, but then Jordan Poole picked it up. Steph Curry got hurt, and that was some key timing for the rest of the team to gel. Klay Thompson got his legs under himself, and Andrew Wiggins is back in the playoffs playing unreal, guys. He's showing why he was an all-star. So this team is super talented. If you look at their top 5 guys, Steph Curry's the superstar. I don't think they have any other star after him. Draymond and Klay are great. They have a history. But Klay, I'll even admit it, he's not the same guy anymore. But the Warriors pulled it off, guys. They've made it to the Western Conference Finals, and they've lost 4 games in the process. They win 4-1 against the MVP. They beat the Grizzlies 4-2, and they beat Luka and the Mavs 4-1. If you look at the game today, Klay Thompson came out extremely focused. The defense was focused. You know how you can tell if the Warriors as a team are focused? It's their ball control. If they aren't turning over the ball like they have been throughout the playoffs, you know they're focused. This game, the Warriors only had 10 turnovers. It's been such an unreal run. And let's not forget the coaching job that Steve Kerr has done for this team this year. I think this is the year where Steve Kerr is showing, that he is an elite coach, maybe the best coach in basketball. If you look at it, previously people said he had these talented teams, and then, KD, Steph, of course you're going to win with that team. But I think in these playoffs, you see he's out coaching every coach. They have a game plan. They're playing defense, and they're switching. They're playing box and one. They're playing zone. They're playing man to man. They're just changing everything up what they did to Luka at this series. And I think Steve Kerr's just been composed, and he just has had the team ready with the best game plan possible. And when the Warriors lost lost Steve Kerr for COVID, and Mike Brown was the coach. Mike Brown's a great guy. I've said this before, but there was a clear drop-off in the team, and I think just the timeouts, everything, the way they came out of timeouts, everything looked different when Steve Kerr's there versus not. So let's talk about what this finals run means for the Warriors. The Warriors have now made the finals in each of the last 6 times they've been in the playoffs. That's ridiculous, guys. I don't think there's any other team that could probably say that outside of the Boston Celtics from the 60s, and there wasn't even 30 teams back then. There was much less competition, and that's why that happened. Those are those Bill Russell teams, and the fact that the Warriors are able to do this, it's maybe one of the better dynasties of all time. Obviously, they need to close it out with a championship because it's going to be a tough NBA Finals, but Steve Kerr as a coach, since he's taken over, has yet to lose a series in the Western Conference. So let's just think about that. He's 18-0. He's 3-2 in the finals, so his total playoff record is 21-2. This team is an all-time great team, and I've been saying this for a while. Steph Curry is near that top 10. But if he wins another championship, 4 championships, he'll hopefully get a Finals MVP. You can't hold him out of the top 10. There's more people jumping on that bandwagon. Kendrick Perkins, of all people, who was a Warrior hater for quite a while, in my opinion, has really jumped on, and he's saying he's going to overtake Magic Johnson as the best point guard of all time. And I think there's a great case for that. Steph Curry is the best shooter of all time. Steph Curry changed the game of basketball. Steph Curry has every 3-point record you can have. If you think about the game of basketball, the premise is to put the ball in the bucket. There's no one been better at putting the ball in the bucket than Steph Curry. There's not a greater shooter that's ever lived other than Steph Curry. So, yeah, he's a top 10 player of all time if he wins. Even if he doesn't win, he might be a top 10 player. He's had 6 trips to the finals. There's 3 without Kevin Durant, 3 with Kevin Durant. He's taking Harrison Barnes, Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Durant, all to the finals. Those are the small forwards that I'm listing out, but it doesn't matter who he's with. Give him competent teammates like Steph, Klay, Dre are just undefeated in any series where they've started every single game. So I don't know, man. It's hard to argue against these guys. These guys are making their case to be all. Well, Steph's clearly a first ballot Hall of Famer. Klay Thompson and Draymond Green are also making their case to be first ballot Hall of Famers. And this week off for the Warriors is going to be great. They get a week off. Andre Iguodala hopefully comes back. That adds to their depth. Otto Porter should come back. That adds to their depth. Gary Payton Jr. might come back. That adds to their depth. This is a great place to be in. Obviously, it looks like it's going to be the Boston Celtics that they're going to come and play. And the Boston Celtics have one of the best defenses in basketball, if not the best defense. They've shut down Kevin Durant. They took out Giannis, obviously without Chris Middleton. And now it looks like they're going to take out the Heat, who aren't the best offensive team. Jimmy Butler doesn't look the same anymore. But the Warriors and the Celtics, if that's the matchup, is going to be a great matchup. I can't believe, the Warriors, how far they've come this season. It's been unreal. From the start of the season, they started out 18-2, and that's before Klay Thompson came, but they were healthy. And I said, this is the best team in basketball. And the Phoenix Suns ended up being the first seed. The Memphis Grizzlies finished first ahead of them. But if you looked at the Warriors team, and I've watched maybe 95% of those games this year, I've maybe missed 5 games. I haven't missed a playoff game yet. The Warriors were clearly the best team when they were healthy. Steph and Dre are the two guys, in my opinion, that make them the best. And then you add Klay Thompson to that. You add this growth from Jordan Poole. You add Andrew Wiggins getting comfortable in his skin. Let's not forget about Kevon Looney. He's become like Wilt Chamberlain. This guy's having 15-plus rebounds, every offensive board there is, and he's just so smart. And as a big man, he's so great on defense. I think he's so underrated. He can guard up any guard that takes him on a switch. Teams shouldn't switch to try to get Kevon Looney in a pick and roll and switch to him, because he's going to guard him. Whoever that guard is not going to be able to blow by Kevon Looney. He's just too smart. Kevon Looney is so underrated. He's been to the finals with the Warriors maybe 2 or 3 times now. He's been here before. He's done this. He's with Iggy, Steph, Klay, Dre. He's the one other guy that's done all this before. So Kevon Looney deserves an extension from the Warriors. I hope they bring him back. And this run is insane. Luka Doncic shot 10 of 28 from the field today. I think in the first half of this game, Luka let the team down. He had a terrible start. I think he was 3 for 15 at one point, and then in the third and fourth quarter, he started to make shots. But I think his body language, his composure, just wasn't there in the first half of this game. And this was still a very impressive run by the Mavs. Don't get me wrong. They beat the Phoenix Suns, which nobody thought they would. And honestly, I think the Suns series would have been a better series for us. I think it would have been nice as a Warriors fans for us to beat Chris Paul one more time. I hate that guy. But, the Suns didn't do their share. They didn't make it past the second round, and that's on them. The Warriors, I feel like at the end of this playoff run, if we win the championship, people are going to make excuses again. They're going to say, you played Jokic without Murray. You played the Grizzlies without Ja Morant after Game 3, but the Warriors are up 2-1, with Ja Morant. And they're going to say, you didn't play the Suns. Well, the Suns didn't win their series. They didn't deserve to be in the Western Conference Finals. We played the team that some people predicted would beat the Warriors. Luka Doncic was the best player, right? Spencer Dinwiddie was nice. He had 26 points, off the bench. Brunson was pretty good this series. He dropped 30, I think, once. He had 20-plus in a few games. I think the supporting cast didn't play as terrible as people are saying. The Warriors are just a better team. You got to give them credit. And once they beat the Celtics or the Heat, hopefully, I feel like they'll make some excuse there, It's just, this is how it is as a Warriors fan at this point. But, hey, guys, I'm super excited. The Warriors are back in the finals. I'm going to try to get to the NBA finals and maybe buy a ticket. These tickets are super expensive. It's hard out here. They're like $500 to sit in the nosebleeds. But I've been to a finals games once before. I wouldn't be mad about going again. It might be worth the investment for these lifetime experiences. So, let's get to the finals. Let's enjoy this week off. I'll probably make another video, previewing the team that we're going to play in the finals once that happens. And oh yeah, guys, Steph Curry won the first ever Western Conference Finals MVP award, but I don't think that's enough. Steph needs to win the Finals MVP. He deserves it. He should have had one at least, maybe 2. There's one series where Durant and him were neck and neck, where I thought Steph had a good shot of winning it. Because I feel like the Finals MVP is sort of a knock that they hold against Steph, and I don't think the people that watch basketball actually understand it. You see Steph gets all the attention, and sometimes it leaves the other guys open, and he lets the team play 4-on-3 because he's taking 2 guys, and his stats don't show that, but he's the MVP in every series that he is with the Warriors. the Warriors would not be the Warriors without Steph Curry. The most valuable player on the Warriors is Steph Curry. It's not close, right? So we all know that, but man, what an accomplishment to be back in the finals for the 6th time, guys, in the last 8 years. I'm so excited. And yes, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment, and let's discuss the Warriors, and let's go Dubs.